In 1630, John Winthrop brought one of the first recorded copies of the King James Bible to America. Henry Dunster, the first president of Harvard College, owned another early copy of the King James Bible, which is now housed in the Harvard University Library. Within a few years, the King James Bible became the Bible of the American colonies. But England refused to give the colonies permission to print the scriptures on the new continent. They made the colonists import all Bibles from them so that the taxes and revenues would go back to England. The American Revolution and independence from England signaled a new era in Bible printing. Shown are title pages from several early American English editions of the King James Bible. On exhibit are a genuine leaf from a 1782 Aiken Bible, along with a Bible facsimile. The first complete English Bible printed in America was published in 1782 by Robert Aiken. Up until the American Revolution, all Bibles in English had been imported to the colonies from England, but during the Revolution, Bibles were not available because of the embargo on English imported goods. This Bible was the only one ever authorized and recommended by the United States Congress to its citizens. It became America's authorized version. A congressional resolution dated September 10, 1782 reads, "The United States in Congress assembled highly approve the pious and laudable undertaking of Mr. Aiken, as subservient to the interest of religion, as well as an instance of the progress of the arts in this country, and being satisfied from the above report of his care and accuracy in the execution of the work, they recommend this edition of the Bible to the inhabitants of the United States, and hereby authorize him to publish this recommendation in the manner he shall think proper." Aiken's printing of the King James Version came to be called the Bible of the Revolution. George Washington, one of the greatest supporters of the Aiken Bible, was so pleased with the result that he regretted that the Revolutionary troops had been disbanded before he could provide them with such an appropriate symbol of his gratitude. Writing to a friend, Washington lamented, "It would have pleased me well if Congress had been pleased to make such an important present, a copy of the Aiken Bible, to the brave fellows who have done so much for the security of this country's rights and establishment." Although 10,000 copies of the Aiken Bible were printed, the first printing is scarce today. 20th century estimates place the number of existing copies between 30 and 40, with possibly 5, certainly more than 10, in private hands. It is one of the world's rarest books, rarer than even the Gutenberg Bible. The 1791 Isaiah Thomas Bible, the first illustrated Bible in America. Isaiah Thomas was one of the most successful printers in colonial America. During the Revolutionary War, he moved his presses to Worcester, Massachusetts. There in 1791, Thomas published the first illustrated edition of the King James Bible printed in America. He commissioned several American artists to create 50 large copperplate engravings to complement the scriptures. A sample page, along with some of the illustrations, are shown on the information board. One very curious thing about the Bibles of Isaiah Thomas is that although they are technically the first illustrated Bibles in America, it is very rare to find a copy that has any engravings at all. This is most likely because the optional engravings doubled the cost of the Bible, and most of the people could only afford the version without the illustrations. In addition of offering the Bible without the engravings, Thomas further attempted to assist his customers by offering to accept up to half the price in the form of wheat, rye, corn, butter, or pork. On exhibit are a genuine leaf from the 1791 Isaiah Thomas Bible, the first illustrated Bible in America, and also a genuine leaf from the 1791 Isaac Collins Bible, the first family Bible printed in America. Isaac Collins was obsessed with accuracy, and he had his children proofread the entire Bible 11 times to catch typographical errors. Analysis in modern times has revealed that, in fact, there are only 2 errors in the entire printing, a single broken letter and a missing punctuation mark. This level of accuracy would be very impressive today, but in the 1700s it was astonishing. It set the standard of excellence for the next 110 years of Bibles printed in America. Only a few dozen of these Bibles of colonial America exist today.